Welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. On behalf of Tickblaze and all of my staff, my name is Sean Kozak, the CEO, and I am excited and thrilled to welcome you to the official launch webinar for the Alpha Trading Syndicate. Now, I've been doing this for a very long time. Many of you guys have been in some of my boot camps. You've been in our trading rooms. You've had the privilege of speaking to some of my staff and traders. You've been a part of our webinars and launches. And everything that we do here at the company is to empower traders. Our job is to help you guys become the best that you can be with regards to education and software and strategies and resources. And we've really seen a gap in the industry with regards to results. There's a lot of traders that are just getting started. Some traders are very educated, but they're struggling. Some people are very experienced, but they're really looking to take it to the next level. Some traders learn best with a classroom, right? Some traders learn best with one-on-one coaching. Some traders learn best with hearing and then watching and then doing. Everybody's a little bit different, right? And the problem with that is that not everybody can benefit in the same way than the next guy. And so we've been spending the better part of a couple months putting together what I'd like to think is the future of our education arm of Tickblaze and our entire ecosystem of companies. We've really sat down as both a development team, a trading team, an educational team, a coaching team, a sales team. And what we did was we looked at the gaps, the problems, the needs, the wants, the desires, the reasons that we're here. And then we decided to build what is the future of trading programs in the Tickblaze ecosystem. Now, the Alpha Trading Syndicate is the first of two big program launches. The Alpha Trading Syndicate is going to be for discretionary trading. In the near future, we're going to be launching what we call the Alpha Quant Syndicate, which is going to be specifically for quant and algorithmic trading. This is for discretionary trading. This is for strategy trading. This is going to be for indicators and strategies and signal systems, but this is not for algos. It's very important that I say this right out the gates in case you're here thinking it's to talk about algos. It's not, okay? So we are here to assess you. We are here to provide you a roadmap. We are here to give you coaching. We are here to implement strategies. We're also here to hold you accountable. And then most importantly, we are here to get you results. And over the last 10 years, I've probably had the privilege of teaching, 10,000 traders, maybe 20, who knows? I can't count that high. All I know is that I've seen a few things that work exceptionally well. And I've had the privilege of actually building a coaching program that I've coached traders one-on-one following this exact framework. Okay. Now, what are we going to do today? We are going to provide you with access to education, coaching, resources, software, training, rooms, etc. But before we do that, we need to get into the foundation of what is important, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and then essentially how you guys can participate in everything that is involved in this. Now, we are recording it. We will send you a recording. We will go over a lot of questions today because you're going to have a lot of them. And this is something that is very exciting for many because I've seen a lot of traders struggle. And then when we put them through certain frameworks, when we bring them through certain processes, they become successful. They become profitable. And what we've done is we've systemized that to the syndicate so that you guys can participate and get results. And we feel so strongly about this that we're willing to back it up with a guarantee. And we're going to talk about that here today. So for anybody in here that's wondering, can we put our money where our mouth is? Well, you're in for a good treat. Okay. So that being said, guys, if you have questions, put them in the chat box. We will go over them in due time. If I don't get to them, I'm not ignoring you. I promise you I will spend time going over them. I just want to go through the presentation and make sure we can help you here. Okay. Now, because we're talking about trading and because we're here to talk about the financial markets, we do need to understand that there are risks in the business and they're ultimately, I'm not here to give you advice, right? I'm not here to be your broker, your CTA, your advisor. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, right? All I am here to do is provide you resources, education, software, and my time so that I can hopefully provide you the solution. Right now, if you're going to be trading, you can know that past performance never guarantees future results. So if everybody could type a Y in the chat box, if you've read and agree and understand the disclaimer, that would be very much appreciated. We can move forward like professionals. Okay. Fantastic. Appreciate everybody. Great. Now, this is going to be a very simple presentation, right? Because I've been doing this a long time and I don't ever see anything good come out of complex, right? Like anytime somebody tries to talk to me about a complex trading strategy, it doesn't end well. Anytime somebody tries to talk to me about complex prop firms and weird rules, it doesn't end well. Anybody wants to talk to me about some random way to scale leverage and just, be a gambler, it doesn't end well, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a simple discussion, right? This is not some heavy sales pitch. You do not need to participate in what we do. This is not going to be for everybody, but this is going to be for everybody that wants to get results in a very fast way and is willing to participate in an environment that is only around success. There is no failure, there is no struggle, there is no chaos in the syndicate. Okay. And why is that important? Well, you're already struggling. How do I know that? Well, 99% of most traders always struggle. Even experienced traders will struggle from time to time. Okay. And so we're going to talk about why that is. And a lot of traders think they know why they're struggling, but I can promise you it's not what you think. And there is a serious risk if you do not get aligned with the proper help. Okay. If you don't have the right mentor, or if you're not in the right environment, or if you're not using the right tools, the cost of failure is amplified. What do I mean by that? Well, you're not going to get back your time, which costs more than anything. You're going to spin your wheels a lot, right? And what'll be happening is you might not get results. And then what ends up happening is you spend all the time, all the money, all the resources only to end up back where you started. Well, that's a bigger risk than anything. And I'm just not okay with that. I don't like when I hear traders struggle. I don't like when I see traders go through that. It's a real problem. It's actually something that is very, very serious. And a lot of people don't even realize they're in that until it's too late. And they get to the other end and they're like, wow, man, like I'm still not where I want to be. How many of you guys feel that? How many of you guys felt that you spent a shitload of money, a lot of time, a lot of resources, just a lot of everything, only to be like not really further ahead, right? Not further ahead. And I'm here to tell you that like that doesn't have to happen anymore. 10 years, Ryo says, yeah, me, that type of yes if you're still in that. Type of yes if you actually feel like you're still in the rat race of what you're doing. Okay. Now, I'm not here to try to pitch you the same old story that you've probably heard 1,000 times. I'm here to rip the Band-Aid off because it needs to bleed a little bit before it can heal. You need to hear the hard truths before you can actually have success. I know because I can see some of my coaching students in here and some of my coaching students that I've had the privilege of working with are way, 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 way different than when they started. And I'm here to tell you that there's a reason for that. There's a process to success. There is a framework that you need to follow. And if you follow it, you can have the rewards of what this industry provides. But if you don't, the cost of doing it alone, the cost of blowing out your accounts or blowing out prop firm accounts or spending a bunch of money, it's going to end terribly. And this is why we built the ATS framework. So we're going to be covering the ATS framework for today. This is a system, guys. This is not just a trading strategy. It is a system for success. It is designed to get you profitable. And we are so positive about that, we're willing to back it up with a money back guarantee. So hear that. Okay, I'm going to just drop that bomb right now. We feel so strongly about this that we're willing to do everything for you to prove it to you. Okay, now that's going to take some work on your hand. You're going to have to go through the pillars. We have 7 pillars in this framework. That means 7 things need to happen in order for you to achieve the financial success that you've been trying to achieve. I know what it was like when I remember, and I'm going to go through this discussion with you because it's important. I remember the first day I was ever exposed to financial markets. I remember seeing a chart, placing my first trade. I remember the very first $1,000 I made in the markets. I made it less than like 2 seconds. I was like, wow, okay, this is serious, right? Because I remember how hard I had to work for $1,000 back in the day, and it was like, this is all I got to do to make $1,000 bucks? Really? Oh, how little did I know. And then losing 20 grand here and 10 grand there and 50 grand there. And like the framework around losing is just so bad, right? So yes, you can get bitten by the excitement of making a lot of money, but the downside is serious and the risk side is serious. And so we are going to show you the 7 pillars in which we know can get you to success. And then I'm going to show you throughout this presentation periods of trades. I'm going to show you different trades that I've taken, that some of our instructors have taken. And we're going to talk about good trades. We're going to talk about the power of a good trade. Okay. Because there's a lot of trades, but there's a very, very big difference between a good trade and a trade. And if you spend your life doing good trades, I promise you, you will be very, very, very successful in more ways than just making a lot of money because you will feel inside I finally did it. I believe in what I'm doing. I'm finally successful. I'm finally financially free, and I'm finally a successfully profitable trader, right? So we're going to bring you through this framework today, and then we're going to talk about how you can get involved. Okay. Now, does that sound good for you guys? You guys excited about this? Tell me yes. You guys are Johnny on it. You guys are ready to rock and roll. You're in it to win it. You guys are with me. Okay. Now do me a favor. If you are distracted, if you're watching a YouTube video, if you're in a trade right now, if you're doing something else, please just stop doing that. Give me 30 to 40 minutes of your time, maybe 50, because I just had a cold plunge and I'm feeling pretty energetic. I really, really want to make sure that I can change your life today. And I really mean that. I really believe that the frameworks in which we're here to present to you today can be the future of your family, your destiny and everything. And it's not some hocus pocus. That's not some pie in the sky, random talk here. I actually believe that if you just focus on what we're going to show you today, we can change your life. Okay. Now, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the power of this. This isn't just some trade right here. What do you see on the charts? What do you see on the charts right here? Or what do you see on the screen? You guys tell me what you see. You guys are going to be a bunch of different answers, but like this isn't some trick question. What do you see in front of you guys right now? And answer me. Put it in the chat box. Context and structure, profit, the dome, L2 heat map. Okay. Look beneath that. Go internal. A shitload of money, Robert says. Okay. Levels. What are you guys seeing? You guys are all missing it. This is the difference. There's a little bit of psychology behind a trading system. Okay. Strategy sweeps. Okay. You guys are all in the weeds. Get out of the weeds. Take a step back. Take a step back. What do you see? I'm going to just say it to you. Opportunity. 5 trades in 25 minutes. 25 minutes, guys, to make $5,000. Okay. Let me explain this. 5 trades, 25 minutes, $5,600. I've been in business a very long time. I know people that go all month to make $5,600. I know people that work 5 days a week, okay, 4 weeks a month to make a paycheck that is less than that. And they're making good money in their mind. Okay. Let me explain something here. This is real. A lot of you are stuck in the clicks on the mouse and the webinars and I'm going to go to YouTube and systems and flippity flop and indicators and just but let's go right down to this. This is a business that can give you unlimited power if you learn how to yield it. You have to learn how to yield it. That's why so many people fail. It's because I believe the universe does not reward those that are not ready to yield the power. The power of the markets is serious. And those that are ready to embrace that, what that means, learn it, understand it, take advantage of it. There's more to trading than just making frickin' money. If you're somebody that's going to expect to make $5,000 every day, what else has to happen? What do you think I'm going to tell you? What else has to happen, guys? If you actually think that the market's just going to give you 5 grand every day because you just got up, what needs to happen? You tell me. What do you think needs to happen? Anybody? You guys awake? Now we're starting to get there. Okay, somebody said it. You need to be willing to learn. Great. You have to have willingness to learn. Okay. Discipline. Okay. You have to have discipline. Strategy. Shit. Most of you think you have a strategy, but you're not trading it because you're not following the rules. You don't have a strategy. You have chaos. Mindset. Okay. Psychology. You get the point. You need a network. You need people. You need a coach. You need a room. You need a plan. You need a plan. Mark said it best. You need a plan. And to have a plan involves way more than just an indicator. Yes, you need a lot. And I am part of that plan. My people that work for me are part of that plan. The discipline is not part of my plan, it's part of your plan. We are going to teach you what needs to happen. But I'm here to tell you that you can do this. And this was done on a small account. This was not done on a big account. And that's the power. When you understand how to yield the power, you can do a lot of things. A lot of you do not know how to yield it yet. And I'm here to share with you a framework that can. Okay. This is some trick question. This is some trick webinar where I'm just going to ask you a bunch of trick questions. I truly believe that if you're ready to make a lot of money, you have to do a few things to be willing to accept it. Do you notice why a lot of people win the lottery and they just blow it? They're not ready to have that type of financial success. So they just fuck it all up and they lose it, right? They give it away and they blow it and they spend it and they risk it and they're not ready to yield that type of power. So if you're going to be a successful trader and make a boatload of money, you got to ask yourself, am I in a position mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, am I in the right environment to yield this type of power? And 99% of people are not because they're not getting the results they want. If they were getting the results, they would have understood the secret. Okay, now let's talk about this. I already know what your outcome is, but do you? Do you truly remember what it is you started? Do you really understand deep in your soul why you started this business? Type a yes if you actually can resonate with this. Do you remember the moment where you actually had that feeling in your soul where you're like, this is it. I want to do this. I know this is what I want to do. I'm going to make it no matter what. It's that same feeling where you've had a really bad week or you've lost a lot of money in that day and you look yourself in the mirror and you said, I'm not going to give up on myself because I know I can do this. How many of you guys have had that talk where you say to yourself, I am not going to let this losing day define me. I am not going to let the markets take me and ruin me. How many of you guys have had that where you cry or you have an emotional breakdown or you talk to your family and you have that hard talk about, I don't know if I can do this. Edward says more than once. Anybody ever have emotions? Yep, it's why you're still here, Marks. Okay, let me explain something. If you understand what you're chasing, okay, that is the only thing you got to stay in tune with. Let me explain this to you. I promise you, I promise you that I can teach you how to make so much money. I promise you that my staff can show you what to do. We can absolutely help you do that. But you have to make us a promise today that no matter what, you are going to live and die by your dream outcome. Okay. It's not about the indicators. Okay. It's not about just the fancy objects. Okay. I know you guys want this. How bad do you want this? Like, truly. It's the same thing you go into the gym. You know, people are into the gym once in a while. They go because they want to keep up with the Joneses, or maybe they're feeling fat and lazy because they got on a bad tear, but they go 1 or 2 times, but they don't actually go for the rest of the week, or then they get a little sore. The muscles start getting a little sore. Oh my God, it's a little hard. Or maybe it's raining out today. I'll just go tomorrow, right? I don't want to drive in the rain. Do you know how many times we set ourselves up for failure because we're not in tune with the dream outcome? We don't internalize it, right? Let me ask you this. If I absolutely have your attention right now, how many of you guys are 100% committed, 100% committed to living by your dream outcome? If you were a part of our syndicate and we accepted you into our program, how many of you guys are willing to do whatever it takes, no matter what? No matter what. If that means getting up an hour earlier every day, no matter what. If that means staying an hour late, no matter what. If that means admitting that you're struggling, that is the first time to change. You cannot achieve what you're trying to achieve if you're holding yourself back. I'm telling you, I have to rip the band-aid off, guys. I'm going to be real with you today. This business is a business of change. The moment you change is the moment you will receive the money. This is important to me. I've dedicated my entire life to making traders successful. True story. Now, let's talk about another trade. What do you see here? What do you see here? Anybody? No trick question. Steve says opportunity. And now everybody's thinking the other way again. No, this one here is no opportunity. This here is just a big ass, badass trade. You want to know why? Because it feels good to take those trades, right? It feels good to know how to take those trades. It feels good to know that I could take the exact same trade here and the exact same trade here and know what we're doing. It's not about the strategy. Ed, you're saying divergence. Yeah, what's really cool about the syndicate is there is so many strategies you don't have to worry ever again. What I care about is just knowing that it feels really good when you can take a trade like this. When you can see it, you understand it, you can feel it, you know what to do, why to do it, how to do it, you have the tools to do it, you are equipped to take that trade, right? That is a powerful feeling when you know exactly what it is and how to take it. Okay. And the best part about it is that it's a simple trading system. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. How many of you guys are sick and tired of strategies that are complicated? Type a yes in the chat box. How many of you guys are sick and tired of complicated stuff that doesn't make any money? It's not necessary. How many of you guys would admit that you've been in some of my boot camps and I take very complicated things and I make it super easy? Yes? We have some of the best educators in the business. We've got great instructors. We have even better coaches. We have great people. But one of the things that we do very, very well is we take complex things and we make it super simple. Why? Because trading is difficult. You do not need more difficulty. Okay. Now, do you really know this? Like, do you really know this? Let me ask you an honest question. Read the slide. I'm going to take a second and give you guys a second to read this. You guys have to read this with me. Like, I want you to do a little work here today. Imagine that. Okay. What does it say? The real cost of going alone. Okay. Years of trial and error. Just type a yes if you feel this pain. If you've been there, you understand it, you can resonate with it, you can internalize it. Let's talk about that. Most traders are blowing accounts, they're failing evaluations, they're hopping from strategies, they're going on to YouTube at midnight because they're hoping that maybe just one more, just let me learn one more time. It is a sick way to live. It is a terrible way to live. Like it's a stressful way to live. It's not about the money anymore. It's about the addiction. It becomes addicting. I know this. Traders become gamblers. It's terrible. And it's not necessary. It doesn't have to happen. When you're in the right environment, you're with the right people, you have the right resources, you have the right tools, you have the right process. Trading can be fun again. Trading can be easy again if you're really able to let go of all the stuff that you're having a problem with. Okay. And like, let's talk about this. Like, this was a day I took a bunch of trades. It's not about the strategy. Like, you're going to see a whole bunch of different trades that I'm going to show you. I showed you order flow. I showed you trend breaker. Here's some divergence trades. What's the power here? Like, what did we do in an hour and a half? In an hour and a half. What's the number here? Can everybody see this number? What does that say? What does that say? 25K, Steven says? Yeah, it's about 25K. That's 1 hour. 1 hour. Now, let me explain something. A trader that is very inexperienced, very new, very green will make $25,000 in an hour. What would they be doing? Probably going in with 100 lot and just gambling and hoping that they get it and hitting the reset on the other 50 accounts that they failed because they just want one day to make 100 grand or 25 grand. No, this was made with dialed in risk, small stops, proper trade management, and just understanding the strategy that moment. How many of you guys would like to get to a point where you could make 25 grand in an hour? Yes or no? How many of you guys would love to be in a place where you can learn how to make 25 grand in a freaking hour? Yes or no? I already know the answer to that. But are you ready for that? Mark says, I'm not sure if I can handle that mentally. I think you can, Mark. I think that comment is one of the reasons why you're staying stuck. I think you're holding yourself back. I absolutely believe everybody here could make 100 grand in a month. Absolutely. With the right people, the right training, the right resource, the right tools, the right business plan. Okay. But let me explain something. At the end of this day, I didn't go and trade the rest of the day. I didn't trade anymore that day. That 25 grand stayed there locked and loaded. You want to know why? Because I knew exactly what I was doing before I started the day. I know exactly what I do before I start the day. I know when to come in, when to go, what to do, how to do it. I also am comfortable doing it in front of audiences. Do you understand that most people are afraid to do what I do in front of an audience because they know that you can't fudge the numbers? You can't manipulate live trading in front of people. You can't screw that up. It gets out. People are going to comment on that, right? We can't do that. As an organization, if we're not able to actually trade and log your trades and share that, guys, like we wouldn't have a business. You're in an environment where you have the right people here to help you that are more than qualified to help you. You have to be ready to learn it and understand it. And it's not the strategy. It's not the strategy at first. It's understanding you first. Now, strategy is a big part of that, but we're going to get into that. Information will not solve your problem. Okay. Um, I know a lot of people. I have investors. Some of our investors are in this room here today. Thank you for everything you've done for our company. Um, I know some of my staff have been traders before they were working with me. Thank you for being a part of my company and actually moving up and actually deciding to work with us because they were once where you are, and then they learned that they wanted to work with our organization because of what we do, what we handle, how we do it, what we do for the industry. I know a lot of smart people. I'm blessed to be, I have people that manage in my organization that are smarter than me. I don't want to be the most smartest guy in the room. I actually like to be around smart individuals. Uh, I think this is one of the number one reasons why you may be struggling. You're really smart. Traders are not necessarily needing to be smart. How many of you guys consider yourselves intelligent and smart? Yes or no? It's okay to say yes. This isn't a trick question. How many of you guys say that you're smart? You believe in you're smart. How many of you believe that you're intelligent? How many of you believe that you have an education? Maybe you come from a degree. Maybe you just believe that being smart is the answer. From birth, we are taught make good decisions, be polite, open the door for an old lady, do this, don't say that, be politically correct. All of this is education, it's learning, it's belief systems, it's all about information. My my success didn't come from knowing a lot. Traders don't need to know a lot. You need to know what to do, only what to do. You don't need to know a whole lot of shit that doesn't matter. Do you understand that I never even look at the news anymore? I used to watch the news all the time and trading. Oh my God, interest rates. I don't give a crap because it doesn't matter. Do you understand how many people have an opinion about this and that or the market, Trump, taxes? Oh my God, tariffs, COVID, all of that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer with 10 degrees or if you're literally a high school dropout that became an engineer or an entrepreneur and actually built a business it doesn't matter. What matters is that you understand that there's a missing piece and you need to learn it. And it doesn't take a whole lot of extra information. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do right now, okay, is it's not about information. I want you to write down this word, willingness. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do something here. Okay. Has anybody ever had an alcoholic or a drug addict in their family? Anybody had an addict? Anybody know addiction? Yes? No? Do you understand that addiction, the only way to get through it is if you're willing? Do you understand that does anybody here have anybody in their family or maybe nobody that's really overweight or has a hard time putting the fork down? You know, do you realize that they will never be successful or able to overcome their demons if they're not willing? You can have the plan. So this is the action plan over here. Okay. This is the plan. This is the plan. The plan will make you this. The plan will give you this. But you're stuck here. This is a brick wall. And 99% of people are not willing to do what it takes to get here. Do you think willingness means buying an indicator? That's not willing. Do you think willingness is spending money on a program? No, you could even buy this program or come involved in this. But my reality here is to tell you that your willingness is not about the indicators or the strategies. It's about the things that you're not willing to do that's holding you back right now. If I came to you and I sat down beside you and I asked you to load all your workspaces and I seen what you're doing and I said, okay, you're not allowed to you're not allowed to touch those ever again, literally starting today. Like, even if you spent 20 grand on it yesterday, if you are not willing to say, okay, you're not willing. How many of you guys realize that you may not be willing right now? And if you're not willing, this could be the problem. How many of you guys are ready to take a chance today and actually start becoming willing? Truthfully, I had to do things I was not comfortable doing. I had to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I'm here to tell you right now that if you're going to be in the Alpha Trading Syndicate, we are going to break down your wall so fast. You're going to be so freaking uncomfortable that you're going to have a week of like, wow, like this is all different. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, you're going to have a week of uncomfortableness. Do you understand that? Our job is to give you this because we have that. That's the platter. We can give you the platter, no problem. But it will not work for you if you keep putting the bricks back up. I'm going to tear this wall down. And what happens if a week from now you just put another brick back on? You just keep putting bricks back on the wall and you create that barrier for your own success. Type a W in here if you're sick and tired of the wall and you're ready to become willing. And I'm serious, guys. Like, when I'm absolutely serious, like, I mean, like this isn't some indicator launch. Like I'm asking you guys, like, this is the opportunity for you to make change. 2026 can be the year that you stop going around and around and around. Information is not the solution. Having more knowledge, being more smart, this is not going to make you more profitable. Okay. Now, what you may not see on this slide is the answer to everything. Maybe you won't know what it means, and I'm going to tell you what it means. What's going on this slide? Can you see a few things? And don't talk about the indicators. I'm going to give you a hint. Okay. Don't worry about the indicators. What else do you see on this picture that has nothing to do? Just take away the indicators. Forget that there's an RSI and that there's divergence. What do you see? Sharpshooter says wins. Okay. The trend is going down. Lots of trades. Okay. Brian's getting closer. Lots of trades. Okay. What else? Sequences. Okay. Okay. Let's see what you got. Repeating. Okay. What do you see? What do you see within the trades? Let's talk about the trades a little bit. What do you see in the trades? Shitload of profit. Yeah. Made a lot of money on those trades. Yeah. Entries. Okay. Getting there. What do you see about the targets? Risk and reward. Okay. Cool. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. This slide is to demonstrate trade management. Okay. Trade management is so critical because once you have a good trading system, and you dial down the entry, everything is in the trade management. Trade management is how you make your money. It's the how. Okay. So we are going to spend a lot of time breaking down your walls around trade management. Your trade management is probably a big part of what's causing you problems. I'm going to tell you right now that everybody worries about the entry. Holy shit, the entry is not what makes you money. The entry is what gets you into the market. How you manage a trade and how you approach risk management is how you run your business. We're going to get into that. That's a big part of this program is breaking down the walls on your entries, your trade management, how you do the job you're doing. And this slide is an example of taking every little bit out of each trade that we can. The difference between understanding trade management versus ego is critical. Everybody wants to do one thing, but the guy on the other side of the table that doesn't care about ego, doesn't care about everybody else, cares about the data, cares about the efficiency, cares about the results, will be the guy that wins. And so, how many of you guys are willing, type of W, to change everything you know about trade management? I'm going to just ask for a bunch of W's now moving forward because that's the key here. Okay. W's are the answer. It stands for winning. It stands for willingness. It stands for cold water. Have a cold plunge. No, jokes aside, guys, you got to be willing. Okay. Let's talk about this. The ATS framework. In order for us to get through to you and be able to be an impact, we had to develop something that has never been done before. There is never ever I've been in this business for 12 years running programs and coaching. I've never seen this. And there's a reason this doesn't exist. It's very difficult to run this type of a program. You need people, you need resources, you need systems. Because of what we've built with Tickblaze, I am at the privileged environment where I can actually put in place the right systems to offer this to the community and offer this type of a program. It's very, very difficult to run this type of a business model if you don't have the human capital to offer these solutions. We've built 7 pillars and we call it the Alpha Trading Syndicate because, well, the syndicate, not everybody's allowed. I'm here to tell you, not everybody will be allowed into this. The truth of the matter is that you're going to have to meet with our team. We have to make sure you're the right fit for us. We're not actually going to let everybody into the syndicate. And there's a reason for it, right? We don't want to let the wrong people in this environment. Not that we're judging you. It's just that we're going to make sure that this program stays the way it was designed to be. And it's an environmental culture that we've built that is important to the success of the traders. Okay. Now, in order to be a part of the syndicate, you're going to have to go through 7 pillars. In the syndicate, we're going to be going over an assessment and we're going to be doing a strategy mapping exercise. The assessment is the first thing that's going to happen when you come into the program. You won't actually be allowed to trade. You're not going to be allowed to do anything in the program. You're not going to be able to do anything until we complete the assessment. Why do you think that's important? Why would we not want you to do a bunch of stuff until we did the assessment with you? Anybody? I need to know who the hell you are. We need to know you. We need to understand you. We need to know you. It is about you. Okay. This is not a buy an indicator, join a trade room, and let you do whatever you want to do. Okay. There's a big change here. Why? Because we have coaching in this program. This is a one-on-one coaching program involving a live room. So what we've decided to do is we've decided to take a syndicate and take different ways of teaching you. So you're going to have the ability for online learning. Okay. You're going to have online education. Plus you're going to have live trading rooms. Okay. Plus you're going to have one-on-one coaching. Okay. And why are we doing this? Well, because everybody needs it for one. And the second thing is that it's the difference between you doing it on your own and us helping you and us taking you by the hands and actually giving you what you desperately need. The truth of the matter is that everybody learns a bit differently. So we're going to do an assessment with you. We're going to map the right strategies for you. We're going to make sure that you are trading the right strategies based off of what we understand by you, what we understand you know how to do, what you don't know how to do, what you're comfortable doing, what you're not comfortable doing. We're going to be going through this with you right away. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be assigned a performance coach, and that performance coach is going to work with you. And we're going to work with you through a series of 3 coaching sessions over a period of 90 days, which is going to be dialed in efficiently to number one is we're going to ensure we assign the right strategies, the right process, the right trading systems. Number 2 is going to be about your trading plan, your strategy execution, and your implementation. And number 3 is about scaling and basically throttling and basically performance enhancement. And so what we've designed is we've designed an environment to take you by the hand from start to finish so that we can scale your business. You're going to have access to the entire resources of all of our trading frameworks, plus all of the boot camps. You'll never need to buy a boot camp ever again. You get access to boot camps. By being in the syndicate, you get access to boot camps. You'll get access to our live trading room. We no longer run a live room outside of the syndicate. The syndicate will be where all live trading rooms exist. Our trading rooms have closed down outside of the syndicate, meaning this is the only place in which we will be running live trading rooms. The nice thing about the live trading rooms is it'll be run by our primary instructors. I'll be coming in there from time to time to run it. Jim will be coming in there from time to time to do it. We have other instructors that are coming in. So there's going to be multiple instructors coming into this program. You're going to have access to multiple resources. And now here's the kicker, okay? You're also going to have access to software. So some of you might have bought a few indicators already. Maybe you've paid a few $1,000s on some systems, and that's fine. We have a lot of software, right? And one of the things that we're going to keep doing is we're going to keep deploying more software. And what you get by being in the syndicate is you get everything. You don't need to buy it anymore. The perks of being in the syndicate is you get all past software. So everything that we've ever put in the Tickblaze marketplace, and you get all future software. So all future launches. Yeah, I said that. So you don't need to buy any more indicators. If we're in the syndicate, you're in. You're in the best of the best. There is nothing better than this. You don't have to buy another indicator ever again. If we release a signal system, you don't need to buy it. It's yours. Because if you're in the syndicate, we're going to be bringing those into the syndicate, and you'll be a part of that. So you don't have to spend any more money on tools or resources because it's already yours. It's a huge part. This is basically a huge part of what we do. And so here's a great example. So John, do you mind if I call you out for a second, John Paul? Do you mind if I use your comment for a second? I really think it's important. Okay. Jean Paul said, wow, this is going to be way out of my price range. First of all, you don't know that. Second of all, that's your brain getting in the way of you right now. That is your brain saying, oh, I can't do that already. How do you know that we haven't put in the resources to make it accessible to you? How do you know that we haven't put in payment plans or guarantees or resources to ensure that we can help everybody? You don't. But your brain has already got fear driving your decisions. This is one of the reasons why you're probably having a problem in the markets, because the brain gets in the way, breaks your wall up, and you basically it's holding you back. I'm here to challenge you. And why? Because if you're going to get good at this, it's more than just your trading that's causing the problems in the trading. It's a lifestyle change. It's also a you change. And so that's why we have coaching. That's why we have live rooms. That's why we have one-on-one. That's why we've built an assessment process. That's why we have one-on-one scale processes in place, because this is not a trading room, guys. This is a life-changing opportunity. It doesn't exist anywhere else. It's never been done before. I've spent the better part of the last 3 months building what I feel needs to be in the industry as a serious trader. And I promise you that this is going to be the only thing that you ever need to buy in your history of trading, period. You will never need to ever buy another thing. That's a serious commitment. You want to know why? Because I know what we have in terms of software. I know what we have in terms of training, and you will be in the best of hands. Okay. Now I'm just using that, Jean Paul, as an opportunity because I think it's important that you can see in real time how the human brain works against your success, right? Our team will help you. If you feel that you don't have the resources or you may not have the money, don't let money be the stopper of your ability to succeed here today. We're going to get into that. We'll talk about that in just a moment, okay? But if you really want success, don't let your fear of money be the reason why you don't achieve success. That's super, super important, okay? Now, let's talk about this. What do you see here? What do you see here? What do you see here about this trade? Anybody here? What do you see here about this trade? What happened at the entry of that trade? Straight into profit. There, Raul, you got it. No heat. That's called accuracy. Okay. Did you hear me at the beginning of the presentation talk about there's a difference between trades and good trades? No drawdown. So, one of the things that you're going to learn in the syndicate is how to stop taking trades that go against you or how to take large stop outs when you don't need to. One of the biggest problems with trade management is you're most likely taking stop losses that are far too large. You're most likely trading in an environment that's you have very large drawdowns or you have a lot of max adverse excursion that works against you. And so one of the things that I want to do with you in this program is I want to retrain the way in which you look at risk management. I want to retrain the way that you ultimately take trades so that you only take trades with very little stop sizes or very little heat. Because if your signal is clear and your trade management is dialed in, your risk and reward is dialed in, then it really is about your ability to execute at that point. And I promise you that this is what you will get in the syndicate. You will get accuracy. You will get results. Now, let's talk about pillar one. Okay. Now, I know I'm going over a lot, guys, but this is a serious discussion because the syndicate is a serious opportunity. Now, we are going to assess everything with you. We are going to go through the education path. We are going to go through the live trading path. We are going to go through your software and strategy path. Our job is to make sure that you are in the best of hands. We have a questionnaire that you're going to fill out. You will fill out a bunch of questions for us so that we can understand you. And what's going to happen is we're going to bring you through a process so that it's a hand-holding experience. We are going to give you white glove exposure right now. Why? Because there is no way that you can become profitable if we do not understand you. We have to help you, right? You got to be willing to let us in. You got to be willing to tell us a little bit about yourself, right? No secrets, no holding back. If you're struggling, we need to know it. If you're doing something wrong, we need to know it. We need to rip the Band-Aid off so that we can give you the best education process. Ensure that when you're in the live room, you're using the right tools and the right process. And it's all about your strategy path, right? You need to be trading the right strategies for you. You need to be understanding your temperament. Okay, you must be willing to let go of things. If I come to you and I see that you should not be trading a certain way because I can see that it's holding you back, and I can put you into an environment that could be so much more efficient, so much more profitable. How many of you guys are willing to just stop trading the current strategy that you're trading, let it all go, delete the desktops, and be willing, type a W that you're willing, because you have to be willing to change. Totally, Jesse says. Totally. Exactly. Exactly. And it all starts with pillar one. Now, here's a great example. This is a trade I took. Okay. One of the reasons why I love this strategy so much is I know for a fact that if you are a trader, okay, that it has a hard time understanding the market, right? Some traders don't have a hard time understanding the market. Some traders are actually really good at reading the market, right? They have a really good read on the market, but they just suck at other areas. Maybe it's they can't hold on to trades, or maybe they're always over leveraging, or they're gambling. Like you might have a really good read on the market, but if every time you take a trade you double down or you triple down because you can't accept a loss, well, that doesn't mean you have a strategy problem. That means you have a psychology problem, right? And so one of the reasons why I like this strategy so much is it is absolutely a trading system that can make sure that you are never on the wrong side of the market. That is so, so cool is that I automatically know that if you came into the program and you said in your assessment that one of the things I just can't read the market, I'm always trading against it, or I don't know how to see that. I know exactly how to fix that problem. And so does our instructors. So does our team. Okay. We'll know what to do with you. We will know how to put you into the right environment with the right tools and the right resources based off of you and what we have at your exposure. What's really cool is that, when you go to a hospital, you don't have to worry that if you have something wrong, you're pretty much going to get it fixed because they have everything at the hospital to fix it, right? Think of us as the trading hospital. We literally have everything in our infrastructure to fix your trading, whether that's plans, strategies, signal systems, coaching, live rooms, mentorships, one on one assessments, everything. There is nothing that we cannot do for you in the syndicate. And that's the whole point of this. Now, pillar two, private coaching. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't do it is it's hard to scale, right? It's hard to scale one-on-one coaching, right? It's hard for me to take hundreds of traders and put them through a one-on-one environment. I personally couldn't do it, right? I personally cannot coach 100 traders. I wish I could. You couldn't pay me millions of dollars because I don't have enough time in a day to do it, right? It's not scalable. What we've built at the Syndicate is a system around one-on-one coaching with our instructors and the process that we've built. It is the first time that every single student that we work with gets the privilege of having a personal one-on-one trading coach that will meet them personally to go over the plan, to go over the implementation, to go over the acceleration of their business. How many of you guys would love to have a one-on-one trading coach and you know that it's like it's been outside of your reach, right? It's been outside of your reach. Most people know that you just don't want to drop 20, 30 grand on a coach or something like that. Absolutely. This is the first time you'll be able to do that without having to spend so much money that you don't get the privilege of having the help that you deserve. Does that make sense? We've made it affordable. That is amazing. And we're giving the opportunity that nobody ever had before. And so, how many of you guys are willing now? Give me a W. Give me a W that if you had a coach, you would be willing to do whatever it takes. Absolutely. I'm seeing a lot of freaking W's, man. I really hope that I really hope that you guys are serious about that because your life is about to change if you're serious. If today is the W for the win, take the win. You're going to change your life. Now, I love this trade. You want to know why I love this trade? I took this trade in front of an audience on an order flow boot camp. And what was really cool about this trade is that you could have taken this trade 4 different ways. There was 4 different ways to take this trade. And what's really cool about the syndicate is that you're going to learn all 4 ways that a trader could have traded this breakdown. There was a pullback on a higher time frame. There was a trend line break. There was a lower high retest with a breakdown. There was an order flow breakdown. There was an EMA pullback. There's 5 or 6 different ways to take this trade. But what was really cool about this is that when we took the entry, we were able to trade it in real time and we were going play by play. Throughout the entire time that trade was taken, we weren't reacting. We weren't chasing. We weren't sitting there rushing to get in because we missed it. We talked it through. One of the things you're going to get in the syndicate is a trade by trade, play by play handbook, because when we have instructors, our whole job is to basically walk you through how to do things in real time. During the live market, you're going to be able to do what we do in real time. And you're going to have somebody there with you, trading with you. And that's the whole goal, because that's the point of learning. Now, that trade was taken in a boot camp. And the problem that I see is not everybody in this room was in that boot camp. That is a problem to me, right? I got hundreds of traders in here, but during that session, there was about 30 traders in that class, which means the other 150 here did not get a chance to learn what we talked about that day. And you want to know something? That day was super valuable because we had traders in that session, that class, say that it was the most life-changing boot camp that they've ever had. Now imagine this. Imagine you never having to miss a boot camp like that ever again. Imagine that every single boot camp that I host, because I'm not able to coach one-on-one everybody. So when I do boot camps, it's a privilege to work with experienced traders. I am a very experienced trader. So when I decide to coach traders and do boot camps, only a few select traders would pay for it and do it, right? But here's the cool part is that you'll never have to pay for boot camps ever again. So that means you never miss out on these awesome opportunities that are always there that you may not have had the chance to be a part of. You also get all of the past boot camps that we've ever recorded. So all of the past recordings that I've ever done as an instructor, myself, not just my students, but myself, you will also have access to every single boot camp that I've ever done. Now, let me tell you, I've done some very serious boot camps where I took a trading account, sim, mind you, for the purpose of education, and I turned a $1 million trading account into 1.5 million in gross net profit. And I did that in less than 3 weeks. I taught a boot camp on liquidity. I've been able to see some traders now trading that strategy that are making so much freaking money. I didn't think it was possible. And I was like, I was so proud of the students because I was able to take them and change them. And so, why is this important to you? Well, you don't have to go and buy courses ever again. You don't need to go and buy programs from other vendors or pay for money or pay. We are going to give you every possible way to trade that you'll ever need to learn how to trade. It'll be the foundation for you. It's like a mini university, but we do it in boot camps because we take years of education and cram it into 2 days and only teach you the best of the best. The purpose of a boot camp is to dial in and only teach you the best of the best in a very short period of time. So you're not sitting there learning a bunch of wishy-washy garbage. You only get into the meat. That's what you'll have access to, and you won't have to pay for it ever again. Now, this was me scalping, and I was teaching students how to trade different strategies as a scalper. And it was interesting. I remember the day because the markets were moving super, super fast. And this might be you, right? You might be a scalper where you love fast action, and we provide you the best way to do that, right? You might not even know that if you came to us and you did the assessment and we seen that you are meant to be a hyper scalper, we have high frequency strategies that you could be trading. We have the resources to give you that could basically change you. You may not even know they exist. That's the whole part of the pillars in the assessment, because we have so many different ways to trade that we know that we can fit the right strategy with the right trader just based off your needs. That's the part of the syndicate. Okay. Now let's talk about pillar 4. I'm a big believer of making as much money as fast as possible. Now, a lot of you are going to learn a lot. You're going to have a lot to learn. You're going to have to come in and you're going to have to be taking boot camps and you're going to do a lot of training. You're going to watch a lot of videos, but you don't have to be making no money during that process. Our room is going to be changing. So up until now, when we ran the trading room that some of you guys have been a part of, you guys would see the same room and the way it was designed. That room is done. Moving forward, our entire trading room has changed. Every single week, we will be trading one system at a time. So every week, the strategy in the room will be changing. So one week it'll be this strategy, the next week it'll be that strategy. And the reason we're doing it like this is so that traders can follow along and copy the trades of the instructor on that system, which will then allow you to adapt so that every week you get to see our instructors trade the strategies for a long enough period of time that you can learn it, you can follow it, you can copy those trades. This will allow us the opportunity to rotate the trading systems that we trade. You'll get a chance to watch us trade them without a whole bunch of complex charts. One of the biggest problems in trade rooms is that you get instructors trading too many strategies because they're so experienced. You can't follow along. You can't see what they're doing. You don't know what they're looking at, and it's too hard. So what we've done is we've changed the trading room so that it's a system-focused room. And that system-focused room is going to be rotating so that when you come in, You can learn a strategy at a time and you can trade that strategy with the instructor. Exactly, Ed. Yeah, it's overwhelming when you have too many resources, right? Don't worry, you're gonna get your Jeffrey Sky. Don't worry. Gus says, I'm glad to see this. Sometimes I found the rooms to be confusing. Yes, absolutely. But here's the thing, the trading room is closed. So what's going to happen is that you guys will have a period of time. Anybody that is in the current trading room, you will have a period of time to communicate with us if you want to join the syndicate. If you do not join the syndicate, you're not going to be able to have access to the room. The room is only for the syndicate. So we're changing the way in which our structure is made for the live room. So the live room will only be available in the syndicate. And so what's nice about this is that every single time we trade, you will see it. We log our trades, we take the trades, record the trades, we enter the trades, you will see the trades. We tracked over 2,900 trades and we have an 81% blended win rate. That's insane. Our trading room is incredible. And we keep a stats on that so that we know that we are the best at what we do, and you will have a participation in that. And what's really cool is you can earn while you learn. What does that mean? Well, while you're getting good and you're getting your bearings, you can literally just take the system. We will let you know which strategy is being traded in the room that week. You'll be able to load the desktop because we've already built the desktops, and you can trade those strategies with the instructor. That's incredible because everything is pre-built for you. So you don't have to do anything. You just come in and watch the trader and trade, and then you can copy the trades. Does that make sense? Type of W that you're willing to copy the trades, you're willing to follow along, you're willing to come and join the room and follow what the instructors are teaching in an environment that makes sense to learn. Yes? Great. Let's talk about pillar 5, the marketplace. The marketplace is the backbone to the entire infrastructure of what we do. We build sexy tools. We are known for having the best indicators and the best strategies in the world. And that is just, we're known. We are known on multiple platforms. We are known for this. The problem is it's really expensive for traders to have everything. It's hard for everybody to get what they want. Many of you have come to a webinar, you've seen the price tag, and you're like, I already bought one a month ago. I'm going to pass on this. And the problem is that that could have been the strategy that you changed to trading that made you change as a trader. Because money might have gotten in the way, or because maybe you didn't want to spend more on systems, etc., you might not be able to buy the indicators, right? Well, guess what? You won't have to anymore. If you're in the syndicate, you get access to all of the marketplace indicators. That is a privilege. And that also includes future tools. Future. So when we launch the next 10 or 15 product launches, can you imagine how much money you're going to save by being in the syndicate? That's insane. And you'll never have to feel like, oh, I don't get access to that. You get access to it. What a gift. By being in the syndicate, you'll get all past and future indicator launches. That alone is going to save you 20 grand. Insane value. Now, take a look at this. What do you see here? Now, this kind of is a trick question. It's not about the indicators. What do you see here? What do you see here at the time? What do you see about the time? What do you see about the market and the time? Asian session. Okay. Asian session. It's late. Okay. So, a couple things we're going to be doing. A lot of you may or may not be able to sit all day in front of a trading room or be in every session. You need coaching to build the business plan for you. What's really cool is that we have the privilege and the resources and the know-how to sit you down and understand you. I know some of you work for a living. Some of you have jobs. Some of you have a life, and you can't just do what others do. We are going to customize your business plan so that you can capitalize like this, okay, like this on markets and times and strategies that are incredible to trade around the clock. You don't need to worry about if it's US session, Aussie session, Euro session, overnight markets. It doesn't matter because we're going to provide you with the resources that are best suited for you. We're not going to get you, oh, go figure it out. No, like we're going to do it with you. And I'm here to share with you that even me as a business owner, I trade the overnight session. You want to know why? Because I'm running a freaking huge business helping thousands of traders like you. I don't get to sit and trade all day like everybody else, right? I don't have the privilege of doing that. I got 70 employees. I have 50 investors. I can't just, oh, Sean's just going to trade today. No, it doesn't work like that. So I have to adapt. And so do you. A lot of you had to adapt. Should you have to give up the dream of being a great trader? No. Should you have to give up the opportunity to make a boatload of money because you have to change your schedule? No. Being in the syndicate is where you get the chance to get the help to build the right business plan for you. That's critical. Pillar 6. This is important. Okay. The entire industry has shifted to prop firms. Okay. Trading for your own business account is very different than, say, trading for a prop firm account. If you're somebody that has a wealth bucket account or a cash account or a margin account, but you don't like trading your own money and you're trading for prop firms, we have a plan for that, right? Not everybody is trading their own brokerage account. Some of you are. Some of you are doing both. We have to treat them very differently. The way in which we approach working with you trading your own trading account is very different than the way in which we're going to teach you how to trade a prop account. You get the best of both. We're going to actually work with you to ensure that you have the proper instructions and the proper coaching for your cash accounts and your prop accounts because they're two separate businesses. And we're going to have to help you build a business plan for both, depending on who you are and what you're trying to accomplish. If you're somebody that's only trading for prop firms, well, then we're going to build the business around the prop frameworks. If you're someone that's only cash, you get the point. But the nice thing is that we've built the resources to be able to provide you the foundation that is going to give you a business plan for both. And I think that's important because some of you don't trade your own money anymore because you don't want to, or maybe you're a little bit nervous because you don't trust your abilities just yet. I don't blame you. You shouldn't have to trade your own money if you don't want to. You could work for a prop firm and make a lot of money. And we work with a lot of prop firms that are supporting Tickblaze's ecosystem. So I can promise you that you're in good hands. So pillar 6 is all about payouts, prop firm infrastructure, making sure that you have the foundation, the business plan, and the strategies to go after prop firms. Does that make sense? How many of you guys are trading for a prop firm right now? Type a P. How many of you guys are with prop firms? A P, yeah? Great. Well, we're going to teach you how to multi-prop. We're going to teach you how to multi-prop, how to trade for multiple prop firms using trade copiers, how to scale big business. I know traders that are doing north of 100 grand a month on multi-prop firms, and it's just a matter of knowing how to do it and being able to have the right resources, using trade copiers, understanding the right firms to do what you want to do it with, right? Not all firms are created equal, right? So you want to make sure that you have the right business plan in place, and we're going to work with you through that. I have a few ideas that I'm going to be doing in the live rooms with you guys that we're going to show you how to structure the right drawdown plans and the right scaling plans for multi-prop. And this is going to be fun because you're going to have access to me and a bunch of other instructors in here when it comes to prop firm frameworks. Okay. Now, what do you see here? What do you see here? What do you guys see? Asian session. Yeah. Okay. Herbert says, I like this system. Yeah. Order flow. Yeah. What about cleanliness? Like most order flow traders are so overwhelmed with order flow and freaking flashing buttons and this and that. But what if we had a way to take really, really profitable, complex stuff and make it super easy for you? Like, do you understand that like you have experienced instructors, myself included, that knows how to trade very, very, very well. And we've built processes to take it from very complex to making it super easy so that everybody can do it. Like everybody. I only need to show you the basics and you can absolutely trade this stuff. And that's the best part is that trading doesn't need to be hard anymore. You just maybe are making it hard, or maybe you don't have the right infrastructure around you or the right teachers, the right strategy. If you're willing, we're going to do this for you now. We're going to take you by the hand and we're going to work with you in the syndicate and we're going to set you up for success. Okay. How many of you guys want that type of W? How many of you guys would like for us to take you by the hand, coach you, train you, teach you, give you the systems, help you understand, build the business with you, make sure that you are in the right environments, etc. Great. A lot of W's. I love it. I love it. Okay. So, pillar 7, the ATS Academy or the Tickblaze Academy with a whole lot of extra stuff on top of it. You're not losing the Tickblaze Academy, right? Anybody in here that has the Tickblaze Academy, it's a great piece of education, right? We've done a lot of courses in there. There's a lot of resources in there, but it's just one. It's just one program. And a lot of you are in the Tickblaze Academy right now. It's a great starting point. It's a great foundation for you to learn the basics, to get yourself set up and everything. Everybody should be a part of the Tickblaze Academy. Why? Because it's where everybody starts. It's where everybody learns the foundation, going from the foundations to technical mastery to building an edge. But we're going to take the Tickblaze Academy and get you to build a foundation on top of it. Why is that important? Well, because if you notice that when I do boot camps, if anybody in here has ever been in my boot camp, normally boot camps are assuming that you've got some trading experience, right? And you might not have a lot of experience. If you're brand new in here, if you're somebody that's just getting started, you might be saying, wow, this all sounds great, but I'm just getting started. Where do I start? Well, you will always have access to the foundation programs that we built. And that's important, right? You want to go through this before you start stacking on all the layers in which we build and we teach. And this is the whole part of the assessment is we'll be able to show you, okay, you need to go here, you need to go into those courses, watch those videos first, et cetera, et cetera. We will curate a learning path for you and we will curate a process for you so that you understand how to go through it. Now, what do you see here? What do you see here? Anybody? What stands out to you that's probably not what most people are not used to? Yeah, Todd says, okay, trend breaking strategy. Okay, great. But what stands out to you guys that most of you guys may not? Clean chart. Okay, great. Fantastic. What do you see? What do you see? Two things. What do you see that stands out? Okay, trend line. Okay, you guys are all focused on the strategy. Let's move away from the strategy. What else do you see? Okay, what do you see here? Big profits. Yeah. What do you see here? 15-second chart. How many of you guys have ever traded a 15-second chart before? Type a no if you haven't, or a yes if you have. How many of you guys have not traded a 15-second chart? A lot of, how many of you have not? No, right. What if I told you that we have a strategy that is best traded on the 15-second chart? And if you understand how to do this, you're going to make a whack load of money. Would you be willing? Yeah, I sure hope so. If you can have days like this, exactly. You need to understand that if you are in the environment of experience and you're around people that know what they're doing, it's not oh, let's put an EM on a chart and draw this pullback. No, we don't do that here. We don't do that here, right? Our entire job is this. You want to know what this is? Lots of wins, okay losses. Lots of wins, okay losses. Lots of wins, we welcome some losses. Lots of wins, very little losses. We will always teach you to trade for small wins, large wins, break evens, and small losses. But we will never let you trade for large losses, ever, ever. And that is the difference between what we do and everybody else. We have been very, very successful at building strong traders and building strong foundations around profitable business models. And I'm here to share with you that that could very much be you. Type a yes in the chat box that you would love to have at the end of a month your equity curve look like this. Yes, that is possible if you're in the syndicate. It is absolutely possible. Why? We are going to give you a risk management solutions. We're going to give you execution solution. We will select the right strategy for you. We will help you with trading psychology to make sure that you're not screwing it up, right? We will be accountable. You will be accountable to us and vice versa. You will have to be. If you're in the syndicate and we see you doing your old behaviors, guess what? What's that? That's a door. We're going to say, time to leave. If you do not follow our instruction and if you do not do what we say you need to do to change and show you how to do things, and you're not willing to do that, there's the door. Time to go. Does this make sense? One of the best things about being accountable and having somebody hold you accountable is that there's a risk to not being accountable. We will make you accountable. And this is where you can actually start to say, wow, okay, like they're actually going to really make sure that I do this. Yeah, there's no chaos, no more chaos. Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of times what happens, people buy a program, they get all excited, they go and they tell their wife or their husband, okay, honey, this is going to be it. And then they end up going to a room and they get all excited and it's Monday morning and they're there and it's like, okay, they have a winning day. And then Tuesday, wham, they take a stop loss and they lose some money on a Tuesday. And then all of a sudden Wednesday is like a little bit weird. And then Thursday. And then by Friday, it's like, oh, I'm just going to go back to the old system. And then it's back again. No accountability, nobody to hold them there, nobody to make sure that they're to help, nobody there to remove the chaos, and it just becomes the same process. And then what ends up happening is you end up stopping here and you don't even know that all this is coming. And I'm here to share with you that that's the future for you if you are a part of the syndicate. If you join what we're doing, you have a future here with us. And then you can take trades like this, right? How would you love to take that type of a trade? I entered right here, right there. You can see the arrows, and I exited right here. That's a 15-minute chart, mind you. 15-minute chart. That is a crazy big trade. How do I know how to trade that? We'll teach you that. We will teach you how to trade the biggest and the most baddest ass strategies you've ever traded. That is a day trade. That is not a swing trade. That is absolutely a day trade. Yeah, that is a big day trade. One that was planned, executed, and fulfilled, right? Now, what happens if you don't do anything today? Well, I don't know what you're used to doing. I'd like to think that it could get pretty bad out there. I mean, I know that a lot of you have had struggles and spent a lot of money on accounts, and I'm a part owner in a prop firm, and we see the data and we see the failure rates, we see the reality. Um, I know a lot of traders will buy indicators and they will still keep doing what they're doing, and they will lose a lot of time. I think the biggest risk is your time. And I know a lot of people don't put a value to time, but the reality is that time is very expensive. And I'm here to share with you that you can get your time back, you can get your money back, you can get your life back if you're willing to change and do the right things and you're willing to be a part of the right resources. What's really cool is that you'll be able to take strategy trades like this and make money, big money. You have the potential. My job is to ensure that you execute on this. My job is to make sure that you learn what we're going to do. You notice throughout this entire presentation that I showed you so many different strategies. I showed you different trading systems and different entries and different reasons that you can do this. When you're in the syndicate, you get all of that. My job is to make sure that you just don't try to do it all in one day, right? Like it would be too hard to try to learn it all in one day. And you don't want to, you shouldn't have to. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that you only focus on one or two first and get good at that. And then you have the privilege of learning all of the other ones and being a part of it and then learning how to adapt. you might get really, really good and very profitable trading the first one or two strategies that we delegate to you, and we assess that you should be trading that way, right? Maybe it's the opening range, maybe it's a trend, maybe it's order flow, maybe it's market profile, whatever the strategy is that we assess that you should be trading right out the gates based off your coaching sessions. That doesn't mean you can't go and learn in the boot camps and learn the other systems and learn with the rest of the traders. It just means that you don't have to trade it all at the same time. Does that make sense? Because you have access to it, you have the privilege. Now, Jim Simmons, I think Jim Simmons is here.
I am here.
Jim, I'm going to let you take this because, Jim, you were a student of mine before I ever asked you to come and work for my company. And through
Yep.
the goals of working, I've had the privilege of coaching you, I've had the privilege of teaching you. I've watched you grow as a trader. And then as you grew as a trader, I then actually had you come and work for one of my other companies and be a risk manager because of the things that you
hmm
did and you were able to accomplish. Talk to, Why don't you just share a little bit about what they can expect in the syndicate and like what it's been like for you to go through our processes and go through what we're about to do for them?
For sure. Yeah. So thank you. So I came in as a student, was learning, doing all that, and then I came to work for the companies because I liked what the companies were doing and it was great. And I decided to take on the role of trade room instructor. And in that process, obviously, when you are an instructor, you have to be on your game. And so Sean, he warned me that he was gonna work with me and do some coaching and make sure that I was on par, right, with what was expected. And first couple weeks, were a little rough, and so he came to me, and it was not pleasant. Okay, it was not a pleasant experience to get chewed out by someone who is coaching you on trading, but also happens to be your boss. And so we did the coaching, but it was all about holding my feet to the flame, to stop making excuses, to stop doing things that were destroying my trading, and to focus 100% on rules based. You guys have all heard me talk about the technician and the engineer. And if you haven't, don't worry, you'll get it again later. But this is the idea that when you're trading your plan. When you're not trading, that is the only time you can work on your plan. But if it's not in your plan, you can't trade it. And if it is on your plan, you have to trade it. This was the biggest thing that helped me as a trader. If it's on your plan, you have to trade it. I don't care what's going on in the market. I don't care if you think this thing or that thing, it doesn't matter. That's subjectivity and it will destroy your trading business. Everything has to be objective, not subjective. The moment that your trading strategy relies on you, and you're thinking, you've lost. Okay. So this was the transformation in my trading to go from now, if you're looking at this and you don't know exactly what you're looking at, the win rate is only one piece of the story. The profit factor is only one piece of the story. The profit to drawdown is only one piece of the story. The true factor is the expectancy, and nobody looks at that. But that, as a head of a risk manager division for a prop firm, I could tell you this is the most important thing in your trading, and nobody looks at it. And I'm going to teach you what that means and how to look at it. By the way, the 30 basis point expectancy ratio tabs in at about 95 percentile in ranking. Okay, so and this is based on thousands of traders, thousands in the prop firm, ranks in the top probably 2%, honestly. So it's very, very strong. But this all goes back to doing what your plan says, not doing what it doesn't say to do. And how do you get that plan? That's where we come in to help you put all that together so that you have a plan that you can actually follow.
Thanks, Jim. The biggest thing that I seen when I had the privilege of coaching Jim, and so as I grew as a trader, and I'll just share a little bit with you guys, is that I come from a stats background, right? So graduating with math and just statistics and stuff, I was always about the data. It was always about data to me. It's always why I gravitated towards automated trading and statistics and data and all that. And what really bothered me most was whenever I would work with a trader or I would coach a trader or I would hire somebody that was to trade for my companies, I would always be able to sniff out the bullshit because there is so much bullshit going on in the conversations around subjectivity. Subjectivity is the biggest killer of a trader's business that you may or may not even know this. There's so many people will say, I think the market's going to do this, or I think the market's going to do that, or I think that, or nobody cares what we think. And, sometimes you'll hear people go, well, the market did this, and maybe we should do that and do that, do this. It's like, no, because it's all subjective. I had the privilege of watching Jim and other people in my organization gravitate. But let me tell you one thing, it's because we brought them through a process. Jim's gone through my processes. Other students have gone through my processes. Some of the traders I can see some of the people in here have gone through coaching with me one on one. And let me tell you, they are way, way, way better traders now because I brought them through the process. And so what we're trying to tell you here is that it's not about how much money Jim makes or how much money I make or how much money the next guy makes. It's about you. And the only thing that matters is that we take you through the exact same process. We show up, we help you, we give you the frameworks, we hold you accountable. We don't let you go back to putting bricks on the wall. We make sure you're willing and we give you the solution. And you say, well, I just want to show me how to trade. Great. We'll show you how to trade. We will absolutely show you how to trade. You can do trades like this. This is a $70,000 trade I took. How many of you guys would love to trade that? How many? I can teach you that. I have no problem teaching you how to make 70 grand or 100 grand in a trade. I can show you how to do that. But it won't work unless you're willing. You have to be willing. And you have to be willing to say, I'm not going to let fear step in the way. I'm not going to let money be the reason that holds me back. I'm not going to let my old belief systems keep me sick. I'm not going to let my past strategies hold me back from learning a better one. I'm not going to stop being open-minded, right? All of the things that I'm here today is I'm asking you one thing, and I'm going to ask you one promise. Be willing to change your belief systems. Because if you're willing to change your belief systems and you let us help reshape new ones, we can help you build a new paradigm around your business. And if anybody knows me, I'm a big Bob Proctor fan. God bless you, Bob. I know you're up there watching over me. He was a mentor of mine. I studied his work for years. And one thing that I always learned is that we are our biggest enemies, but we are also our biggest solution. And so if you want to be your own solution, you have to admit that you've been your worst enemy. And so I'm here today to tell you one thing and one thing, okay? I believe so much in what we're doing, so much in how we work and how we do this, that we are willing to put it behind a 100% money back success guarantee. Now, what does that mean? That means that we have a policy, okay? The policy is in place for a reason because we know that if everybody goes through our resources and goes through our process and goes through everything, they won't have to come to us for a refund because they would have already made their money and then that 10 times over. However, if for whatever reason you're a special outlier and you go through our program and you complete the assessments and you do all the coaching and you follow the roadmap and you do all of the syndicate work and everything else that we show you, and then for some godforsaken reason that you're some random child out there that is not meant to be a trader, we will give you your money back. It is a money back guarantee. We have a policy in place for this, but you have to go through the process to ensure that you can achieve the success. So what this means is that you have zero risk, zero risk. So anybody in here that's worried about the cost, anybody worried about the time, you have nothing to lose. At the end of this road, you have a golden goose that's willing to lay golden eggs for you. You can rub Aladdin's lamp and you get the wish today. Because as a company, this was the hardest thing that we had to look at and say, are we willing to stand behind this and basically do it for a money back guarantee? And the answer is yes. Why? Because I know that what we do is going to help you get the result you want. So therefore, you have nothing to lose. How many of you guys would say that it's a pretty good trade-off? How many of you guys would say that's an incredible trade-off? You have nothing to lose. You get your money back if you're not successful. You're never going to see that in the industry. You won't. We're doing it because we're different. Now, you can take trades like this. You can take trades like that. You can take trades like this. You can take trades like this. You can take trades like this. You can take trades like that. You can take trades like this. You can have more like this, like this, like this. You get the point. The point is everything is yours. It's over $50,000 worth of resources. You don't have to pay that. Okay. That is not your cost. Let me go through it. Okay. We're going to give you all of the assessments. We're going to do the trader coaching and performance sessions. We're going to go through the strategy vaults and we're going to give you all of the strategies in the boot camps. You're going to get access to the live rooms. Now, before you leave or decide to make a decision, let me go through this and share with you what's going to happen. You get access to the assessment. You get access to the coaching one-on-one. You get access to the live rooms and the strategy vaults. You get access to the Tickblaze Academy. You get access to all of the software, past and future. You get access to all of our payout our performance formulas for prop firms. We're going to give you the multi-prop formulas. You get access to the workflows and the custom software designs, all of the built-in desktops and the resources for the strategies. You get access to the accountability reviews to make sure that the coaches are there holding you accountable to what we're doing. And you get access to a VIP private community, which only the members of that community can talk to each other. So it's not a chat room. It's not for everybody. It's a members chat only. So everybody in this private community, you have direct access to me. You have direct access to Jim, the instructors. At any given time, you can message us in that chat. Okay. This is not including the algos, Rain. The AQS is coming next. This is only the indicators, not the algos. Important to understand, not algos. Okay. Now, if we were to tally all this up, okay, you're looking at north of 50K, right? Which is actually in par with some of the bigger trading schools in the world. Like if you look at Online Trading Academy, or if you look at some of the bigger institutional trading schools, I think they start like 25 grand a program. And if you buy all five, you get it's like 50 or 75 grand or whatnot. We're not doing this. Okay. You will get a discount, a very big discount. It's a lot less than this. Okay. The only reason we're not able to put a price tag here is that everybody's a little bit different. Now, let me explain that. We understand that many of you have spent money with us. So, what we decided to do as an organization is honor that by going in and looking at your file and deciding, okay, how much money have you spent with us? How much products do you already own with us? So we can curate a special price for you that is based off of your involvement in the business. We understand that some of you have spent a lot, some of you have spent a little, some of you have spent zero with us. Whatever your situation is, it's going to be slightly different. So that way it's all catered to you. We're in the business of giving you results. We're not here to gouge you. We're not here to give you some random cost that doesn't make sense for everybody. It's not a one size fits all. So therefore, what you're going to do is you don't have to pay 50 grand today. That's not what we're doing. All we're asking is that you book a call. We'll go over the cost with you. We'll define your price tag. Okay. We'll make sure that everything is catered to you and what it means to be in it. And that way you get the best of both worlds. Okay. And the nice thing is that you get access to me and my team forever. As a syndicate member, this is the inner circle. This is the highest up the food chain you can be. The closest to me as an instructor you're going to have every single day. You're going to have access to my team every single day. And, if for whatever reason, you're not able to pay, there is arrangements. We can work out arrangements. I know Ashley and the team have got some special payment stuff that, depending on your situation, they can work something out with you. But at the end of the day, what matters is if you're willing. Okay. I can't change your mindset if you're not willing to show up and give me the opportunity to do it. I can give you the strategies. I can make you a profitable trader, and I can guarantee it, or we'll give you your money back. Right. And that's a pretty good trade-off. Okay. So what we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to put the links in the chat box. I'm assuming you're going to book your calls. My team is going to be working all weekend. So you'll have a chance to communicate with Jason and us. Okay. Please book a call, book your session. if you book a session and you don't show up, you will automatically be removed from the syndicate. You will not be allowed to join. Why? Because this is not, we don't do business like that. Okay. Now, you will get access to the resources. So let me just go here. Let me click the button here. Let me show you what this is. So this is what it is, guys. Let's just go in here and show you this. Okay. I'm going to walk you through this. And you're going to see here that the syndicate is um, you can hear the link is in the chat box. Yeah, if you've already booked a call with Jason, Stephen, great. You can go through this. You can watch this. You can see here. You can go through all of the resources that you want to do, and then at the bottom you can book a call as well. This is just the program. This is all of the resources here as well, and you can see all of the bonuses and everything that comes with it. You can schedule the strategy session, but if you ever want to just look at what this is, etc., you have access to this as well. Yeah, does that make sense? And I believe it's on the website now. I'm not sure if it is or not. Yeah, it's there. If you're on the homepage, you'll see it's also here under syndicates, the Alpha Trading Syndicate. You can always just click on that and it's going to bring you to this. Okay. Now, I'm going to open this up for questions, guys. I'm going to open this up for a poll here. So give me a second here. 1 second. I'm going to run a poll. Now, I know it's pretty self-explanatory that you can click the link and you can book a call, but let's do this here. What I need to know is how many of you guys are doing this? How many of you guys are willing and doing this? If money ain't an issue, I can tell you this. Put a yes in here. If you guys are in, you're in. I need to know if you're in or not because we are going to basically spend the better part of the next week making sure that we get you in, up and running. Now, there's going to be a few things that are going to happen. You're going to come in. You're going to need to get the lay of the land. You're going to have to register for the trading room to get access to the new room. It's indefinite, Ed. This is a one-time purchase. Yeah, this is a one-time purchase. Yeah, this is not some monthly program. This program doesn't stop. Yeah, this program is an ongoing program. Yeah, it's not stopping. It's ongoing. So you don't have to worry about it only being a temporary. Yeah, this is as long as we are operating, this program will be running. Yeah. Now, if you need to talk to sales, please just put a phone number in there. Jason and the team will call you. And remember, like this is the only thing you'll ever need to buy now moving forward, right? You don't need to buy more indicators. So if you're somebody that's bought indicators, stop. If you're going to buy the syndicate, you don't have to buy indicators anymore. Okay. We will get you the results. Remember, there is a guarantee. There's a money back guarantee. Now that comes with stipulations, right? You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to show up and do the things that we require you to do that. Because if you're not doing the work, how can you say that you put in the effort? You were not willing. Yeah, Robert, that's a great question. Does this work if we have a full-time job? That's the whole point of this. The whole point of the syndicate is to cater the program to you, Robert. We have many people that have companies, jobs, they work. So we will build the business plan around you. Jeffrey and our team will meet with you. We'll do an assessment. We'll discuss what's best for you and what's best for your strategy and what strategies are best for you. You have access to us as a resource to build that business. We will make sure that you are trading the right software and the right system based off your availability. Absolutely. Do not let the fact that you have a job be the reason why you cannot make a lot of money in the market. You just need the right program and the right resources and the right coaching infrastructure to do that. Okay. You get access to the one-on-one sessions. You get 3 of them, Ed. It's 3 one-on-one sessions. They unlock every 30 days because you have to do certain things in order for those coaching sessions to be meaningful, right? You can't just have a coaching session and then every day have a session. You're not going to, nothing changes from every day, right? You have to go out, you have to trade. We need to see your trades. We need to see your logs. We need to understand the execution that you're doing so that we can actually be assistants, right? So coaching, we're not baking cookies here, right? So it's trading. So trading has to happen. Now, I see a lot of people filling out this poll. Do me a favor, guys. I understand if you're already filling out the poll, that's great. If you're already filling out the link to book a call, that's great. If you've already filled out that, just put a yes. We just need to know how many people are filling out the polls, how many people are filling out the actual book of calls, etc. Yeah, it's not 50K. That's what I said. It's not 50K, Valentine. Yeah, it's not even close to 50K. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 50K value. It's valued at 50K. Yeah. Book the call, meet with our guys, You can go over the price tags and we can basically go over everything with you. Does that make sense? You have everything to gain and nothing to lose. A phone call can help you understand everything. Yeah. Make sense, Valentine? Yeah. I always go and get the information. Make an educated decision. Make a decision that is based off the right resources, right? Call booked, Brian. Great. Yeah, you guys are going to be making a whack load of money. Anybody that is jumping to this and doing this, I can already tell you where your head's at. Anybody that is questioning it, there's the reason why you're struggling because you're worried about it being too expensive or you're worried about it being too much money. Well, that's the reason, right? If you're worrying about spending some money on your business because you're worried about spending money, I'm sitting here telling you that's the reason why you're struggling because you're not willing to do what's necessary to change or to adapt and grow. And it's that mindset that is going to keep you stuck. So, my only request as a very, very experienced trader is to challenge you to be teachable, be willing to do something different for a change. Now, I get it. If money's tight, work with us. We'll work with you. Book the call, right? Don't let money be the reason why you don't book the call. Do you know why? Because on that call, when we go over the pricing with you and we go over all the details, we go over the resources and the options and how you can pay and what we can do for you, maybe you'll realize, wow, that's not so bad. I didn't think it was exactly. Don't let the brain be the reason why you don't do things. Try, step forward, take the leap of faith. Does that make sense? Give me a yes that you guys found this webinar to be informative. You enjoyed the presentation. You're excited about being a part of the syndicate. This is serious, guys. I absolutely care about you doing well as a trader. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you grow. I want to see you make so much freaking money that you can absolutely walk around with your head high and feel like you finally did it. Okay. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate that. Yeah. A phone call costs you nothing. And especially when that phone call is backed with a 100% money back guarantee. You understand? Isn't that crazy? You have absolutely no risk. You have unlimited upside. You have Pandora's box and Aladdin's lamp at your door. It's whether or not you're willing to change and do what's necessary. Now, we got about 50% of you have answered the poll, which means the other 50 is either filling out that booking form or sleeping. I hope it's sleeping because then at least you can book. Guys, don't lose sight on an opportunity that's staring you in the face. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? I'm excited. I'm excited to see you guys grow. I'm excited to watch you guys trade and watch you guys advance. What's really cool is you're going to have access to multiple instructors. So you're going to get access to Jeff, me, Jim. We got other instructors coming in. We're going to be doing a lot for this program. So once you're in, you don't have to worry. Everything is just pure upside. Everything is benefits, extra benefits. When is it beginning? That's a good question, Ash. When is the actual tipping point of the rooms changing and everything transitioning?
Yeah, hey everybody, Ashley here. So the last day of the current trade room is going to be on July the 10th, that week. So the 9th, which is a Thursday, and the first day of the new trade room will be on the 13th, is when we flip the links for it. So
Great. So you guys have time. So you notice that there's no pressure here, right? You guys have the next couple of weeks to communicate with my staff, get yourself get yourself set up, get yourself organized, right? Talk to the wife, talk to the family, get yourself sorted, work with Jason and my team, because anybody that is currently in the programs now or anybody that's currently doing other resources with us now, it's important that you know what we're going to give you and what we're going to do for you and how we can get you into the new program and get you upgraded, right? Some of you might have already purchased some of the other programs and whatnot, and we're going to give you guys access to upgrades and benefits and discounts, etc. So just make sure that you take advantage of that. And we're here 7 days a week, so we don't take days off. So if you're booking, book any day you want. Make sense? Great. Yeah, Jason, I'll write your number down, Marie. Not a problem. So let me just read your question, Richard, because it's a big one here. So in terms of the trade room excellence, how does the syndicate dovetail with any new traders purchasing a prop shop account that gives 12 months? Yeah, so they're getting, well, the actual access, all of the prop firms that get access to the Tickblaze Advantage, the only thing that's changing in the Tickblaze Advantage is the rooms. The rooms are no longer provided. The trade rooms will be provided only in the syndicate. Anybody that's coming through the prop firms will still get access to the online resources through the Tickblaze Academy. You don't lose access to the Tickblaze Academy. You just won't have access to the trade rooms. Yeah. Yeah, all of the instructors and all the way in which we run the rooms are going to be moving to the syndicate. Yeah. It's just as a business that's better for everybody and it's better for our resources for human capital and running the company. So we'll still give you access to the educational rooms, like you get access to Tickblaze Academy. I think it's part of the prop firm offering we do with some of the prop firms. And but the syndicate will be for live rooms, live trading, and live coaching. Yeah. Yeah, no problem, Richard. No problem, Jess. I'll take a look at it. We'll go into it. We'll see. Just leave that with me. And yeah, I mean, there's always ways in which we can improve and we can check things on that. So don't worry about that. I will look into it and we'll check out what's going on. Not a problem. Great. So if anybody has any questions, please put them in the chat box.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there as well, from us to you, and thank you for that, and same to you guys. How many of you guys are pumped about this? That's what I want to know. How many of you guys are excited to get into this, to get started, to start learning, getting better, more importantly, to seeing the money coming in on your trading? Yeah, this is going to be fun. We spent a lot of time building this out for you guys. We wanted it to be something that is completely different, never been done before, but it's focused on each trader. It's not a one size fits all. So, very exciting. Can't wait to see it, see you guys in there. We're
Also,
gonna have fun.
just to give you guys a little extra bonuses here. Jim and I are actually in the process of putting together a Friday session. So a lot of
Mhm.
times people think that all we do is sell, and as a company, we have to sell products and services to generate revenue. That's what we do outside of technology, right? But one of the things that we also talked about is how do we give back to everybody? How do we give back to the community? How do we give back to everyone? And not just sell products or services, but actually help people just for the sake of helping people, right? And so you'll be happy to learn that we're actually putting in place a Friday program that is going to be open to everybody for free. Jim is leading that. Jim's going to be running a class every Friday in the mornings. It's outside of the rooms, outside of the syndicate, outside of everything. And it's absolutely free. It's open to everyone. It's open to every single trader that wants to be better. It's a development program and it'll be ultimately free education. So, we're not just here to just sell and just do things for money. We're all about you. We're all about helping people. So, be on the lookout for that. Jim's put that together, and he's going to
Mhm.
basically be sending emails once him and Ashley put it together. And everybody's welcome to join that. It's free. It'll
Yep.
always be free. That's the whole point. It's there to give back and to lead by, just lead by giving, lots of just value to you guys, right? And so hopefully you guys learn that we're here to actually care and we're actually really really good people that really do good things and we're really good at trading. So, we want to help you guys get everything that you deserve and more, right? So hopefully you guys enjoy that. When it's ready, we'll give you access to that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun in there. That's gonna be a good one, and it's gonna be, rotating concepts. It's not gonna be just, hours of the same topic, it's not we're gonna have a little bit of a few different topics each session. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to that. And it's something that, you can invite your friends to, your trading buddies, your discords, hey, just
Exactly.
let's get together, talk shop, and have a good time on a Friday. It'll be
Mhm.
great.
Now, Steve's saying something I think is really important. Steve, are you okay if I read that out loud? Steve says, during the assessment points, do you point to specific strategies that we can recommend for each applicant? My challenge has always been deciding on which strategy to stay focused on. Every time we do a new indicator release or any type of new product launch, it causes me to switch and flip-flop. I can understand that, Steve, because I also struggle with that as an experienced trader. I'm the one building them and designing them, so you can only imagine how much I'm flip-flopping. All jokes aside, there's processes in place. It really boils down to what you're trying to do, right? If you're trying to trade as a day trader or as you're trying to do certain things, we will curate the strategies to you. So, yes, absolutely, that's the whole point. You're not going to be trading everything under the sun. So when you do the assessment, the goal is to be getting you to be as honest and as thorough as possible in those assessments, right? Make sure you don't hold back, right? Yeah, so just to touch base on that, I know Donald just made a comment about some of the bugs and stuff. So I made a comment in the chat. Ashley, can you put a link to the community post that I did? So I just want to say something. And as the CEO of the company, I just want you guys to know that it bothers me more than it bothers you when we have technology issues. Like if there is a tech problem or a bug or an issue that causes an algo not to work or an account to malfunction or anything that causes instability, it causes me more stress than it causes you because I think about it on a mass scale. And over the last couple of weeks, we've really gone the extra mile and brought in extra developers and put in place specific teams to fix any of the bugs, any of the script errors, any of the algo errors, any of the problems with, like, say, Prop Shop Trader or ETF or Blue Sky or any of the prop firms that we're working with. We know of the bugs. We see the tickets. We understand that there's been a few stability questions, and it's being fixed. It's working. We are on it. It will be rectified. If your accounts are ever affected by a prop firm and those accounts are because of a malfunction in the technology, we will work with you to reinstore those accounts. So just know that you don't have to worry, okay? And just understand that we hear you loud and clear. As the CEO of the company, I promise you that our team is actively fixing these issues. They will be rectified, and you have nothing to worry about. We understand that bugs bother people. They bother me more than they bother you. So trust me when I say that I apologize for any setbacks, and we're here to stand behind our products and services. So just know that it's it's being looked at. What link is not working? The community link's not working?
Yeah, Sean, it's showing people that they have to be logged in order to see it. So
Yeah, so yeah, you have to be logged in to see it. You have to have an account to see it. So that's important. Yeah. So if you don't have an account, then create an account. Yeah. Yeah. But I just pretty much said, right? Yeah, we're not responsible for data outages, Joe. That's outside of the regulatory requirements. Anything that's something that's on us that we can actually fix, we will die trying, right? Yeah, and we understand that, Jess, and we understand that. And so just note that it's not falling on deaf ears, right? We care, and just trust us. We're fixing it. Makes sense? It's been the biggest thorn in my side for the last couple days. I can promise you that. And I'm fixing it head on, and we have teams in place to do it, and we're not going to leave anything to chance.
And the good thing
Yeah,
is, well, that's getting fixed. You can learn and get better and
exactly.
get some practice in. Good time.
Exactly. And it's going to take a couple days to get set up, guys. The syndicate's designed to basically make sure that you come in, you fill out your assessments, you do your coaching sessions, we get access. And Valentine says bugs happen on any platform, even Ninja MT4, everything. I'm loving Tickblaze. Thanks, Valentine. I appreciate that because it's true. I mean, I was a Ninja Trader user for years. I remember when they were going from Ninja 7 to Ninja 8, it was a 2-year nightmare. So I ran trading rooms at that time using the other platform, and it was crash after crash after crash. So I get it, right? And I can promise you that we're way ahead of most. What we've done in the period of time that we've done it is beyond recognizable. So we're doing pretty good things. Yeah. Thanks, Todd. Yeah, you love Tickblaze. Yeah. Very true, Valentine says. Exactly. So listen, my promise is still here. I want you to succeed. I want you to have results, but here's the thing. You have to be willing. I'm going to show up and help run some of these rooms. Do you guys enjoy when I run boot camps and teach you guys? Do you guys love trading with me? I know that you've got Jeff, you've got Jim, you've got me, you've got Access. Do you guys like when I come in and do some of the classes? Because what I'd like to do is I'm going to be working with some of the classes and I'm going to be working with some of our instructors to rotate a little bit. So I'll peek my head in a few times and run some classes with you guys, join the trenches and trade with you guys. You guys are in good hands. You're not going to be just working with just one person. You're going to have access to me, Jeff, Jim, and the new instructors that are coming in. So it's going to be great. Exactly. All right, guys. So listen, a lot of people are booking links. So just remember, make sure that you stay in communication with us. If you have any questions, you can send an email. Yeah, so let me give you a little insight. So imagine this, okay? So Rain is asking a great question about the Alpha Quant Syndicate. So this is the Alpha Trading Syndicate. And then in a very short period of time, we are going to be releasing the Alpha Quant Syndicate. It's a clone of this program, but it's using algos. So we are going to be running an algo trading room. We're going to be running algo sessions with algos and automated systems. It's very different than the Alpha Trading Syndicate, where they're all discretionary strategies. So the cool thing is that you can actually get both if you want. We can work out a deal for you and you can get a special deal. But the Alpha Quant Syndicate's not launched yet. I'm in the middle of building it out. And we actually have a few job postings out for assistance on helping us with optimization. What we want to do, what we're doing for the other program as well, is we're going to be putting in place optimization teams to help build templates for traders so that we're actually constantly providing algo templates on a weekly basis to our customers. So it just takes time. So be on the lookout. If you want to be a part of that team, or if you want to be a part of what we're doing, when you see our HR department send emails or send postings on that, book a meeting and have a call with us if you're interested in being a part of that. Yeah, there's a few job openings for that. Yeah, it will be great, Rain. It will be great because there's a lot of traders that want discretionary trading, some want algos, and then some want both. And we'll provide you with access to all of that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you're interested in the job openings, let me know and we'll take it from there. So guys, I got to run. I have an obligation, but listen, I want to thank you guys. God bless you and your family. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there that's a father. And wow, am I excited to see what you guys are about to do in the syndicate. Just make sure that you follow up on the book calls. And if you have any questions, shoot us an email. We'll send out a recording here shortly. And have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you guys on the charts. Take care. Happy Friday.